My name is Jen, and I am on a journey in order to break free from the destructive patterns of disordered eating and in order to embrace a nourishing lifestyle. My roadmap can be described using an acronym of the word Nourisher. So I'm doing daily video blog posts in order to encourage you, equip you, and keep you up to date on my progress. If this content is helpful or encouraging to you, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing with others. It is my deep desire that these videos would help to ignite nourishing transformations in us all. Hi everybody, and welcome to day 17 of my Nourisher Check-ins. My name is Jen and I'm so glad to have you back. I have so many different thoughts swirling through my head today that I'd love to share with you as part of my check-in. And as I notice my emotions tonight, I had quite a light day, but tonight I feel that they're very heavy and very lamenting, very sad, very disturbed, maybe is what I'm feeling inside. So let me move on to and open up to you about maybe where some of that stirring is coming from. I am not active typically on social media. I've never had a Facebook account, never really engaged in social media in that way, and I recently opened an account, and I've been noticing how people respond to one another on this particular medium and venue. And it made me think of, it was one of these talk shows, I forget which one it was, I think it may have been Ellen. And whatever the local baseball team, they had lost the previous night. And she got out there and she just said the name of the pitcher. Sorry, I'm so not into sports, I have no idea who it was. And the whole audience booed, and saying how much they were upset with him or whatever. And then the actual pitcher walked onto the stage and everyone started to cheer. And it was so amazing for me to watch this turnabout face that happens when people are sitting back in judgment, detached from a real life human being, and then how they turn about face when they are face to face with that human being, and how different their emotional and physical response was to this guy. And it makes me so sad when I see on social media the face of that is hurtful and harmful and doesn't display understanding or curiosity or kindness in the absence of that person being right in front of them, or because of the anonymity that comes without the consequence of seeing the pain in that person's face, or seeing the consequence of our words and actions with that person. And so it's so sad for me, because I think that, social media and technology has so many incredible things to offer the world. And yet this part really, really, really saddens me and makes me wonder, even so many of the things that I see on the news right now that are just so lamentable and so sad. And they've stirred in me this question of, when I see behavior in someone else that appears to be harmful to themselves, or is, harmful to the people around, to me, harmful or inconvenient or something of the like, do I have the type of heart that can see past that bad behavior and to be curious about the reasons why? Why is this person handling whatever it is that they're feeling in such a harmful way? And then that also makes me curious as to whether or not I can have that type of empathy to myself, especially when I look at, the incredible way that I've harmed my body and caused pain and harm to my loved ones with my disordered eating behavior. Can I be curious enough and empathetic enough to be kind to myself in that, and to to show kindness to myself. I really think that, when we talk about rewiring our brain, I believe so strongly that our brain was designed to live with the fuel being joy. Now, what does joy mean? I think it was Dr. Jim Wilder's definition of joy is something to the effect of to be delighted to be together, to be delighted in. That brings our bodies, our souls joy, to have someone to be delighted to be with us. And we can provide joy for others by being delighted to be with them. Now, we typically think of delight, joy, happiness, in terms of smiles and being delighted in that things are good. But true delight and true joy happens in the very hardest times, when I screw up and I am weak, and if someone is delighted to be with me in that moment, that is an incredibly powerful, nourishing tool that I want to develop in the way that I respond to others and in the way that I respond to myself as well. More thoughts on kind of how what some of our true core needs are in regards to what is gas for our tank, but definitely joy is one of them, and joy in the hard places, not just in the easy places. Understanding the cycle today kind of comes into all of these thoughts. Didn't notice in regards to food that I was really trapped by anything in particular throwing me into the cycle, but what I did notice was in regards to body image, definitely some comparing and some disgust that I was feeling in that regard today. And yeah, I find so often when I'm having a hard time living in my own skin that the Colbie Caillat song, I'll try to put it below, her song Try, is so nourishing, is so healing in terms of helping me to embrace the body that God gave me, and to really focus on character and relationships instead of just my body. So rewiring my brain, again, some of these similar things today. A girlfriend once posed this question. She said sometimes when she experiences things that are difficult or that cause anxiety in her or cause her to stir, or that are really hard for her as an adult, sometimes she'll stop and she'll say to herself, this is really difficult for me. This must have been really hard for me when I was a kid and didn't have all the resources that I have available to me now. And I thought, wow, that embodies such self-compassion, to be able to be compassionate to your younger self by saying something so kind. And I think that really helps to release some of the processing that sometimes we need to do for some of the more difficult things that happened in our childhoods. And this doesn't have to be either major, capital T traumas. Are you familiar with the difference between capital T and small t traumas? Let me give my understanding. Again, I am not a medical professional, so look this stuff up on your own. But as far as my research has gone, my understanding is that a big T trauma is when an offense was done to you, something bad happened to you, causing a capital T trauma. Whereas a lowercase t trauma is when something good was absent, nourishment was absent, or emotional nurturing was absent. And both of these things need to be processed in us all throughout our life, and we can be attuned to others as they process that as well. So for me today, the insulin friendly eating went well. I had this fabulous, I should put the recipe down below, because for supper, I mentioned to you that there's cilantro right now at my grocery store, which is so exciting. And I made this avocado lime cilantro kind of cream sauce, which for somebody who can't have dairy, to have something creamy and satisfying like that was so nice, that I had over some pan-fried scallops on a salad. It was delicious. So I'll try to put that down below. So it went well, but definitely felt kind of just kind of bloated and yucky in the evening. So just trying to trace that down of what's going on, how to help my digestion. Sleep went okay last night, and hoping to shut things down right after I say goodnight to you guys tonight. And hydration may have been a reason why my tummy was not feeling great, because I didn't drink as much as I typically do today, and hope to do a little bit better on that tomorrow. Exercise was great. It was a pouring rainy day today, and I actually grabbed my umbrella and went for a walk anyway. And it was so great. It was like maybe part of the rewiring the brain. I find on my walks is a great rewiring time, because it's easy to do grounding exercises of just narrating the beauty that I'm seeing around me. And today, just to be able to really practice appreciation and take in the moment of what I was experiencing was such a joy. Because of the rain, it almost looked like God had put like a glossy coat on everything around me, because the trees and the leaves were so vibrant and green. And then later on in the day, there was a full arc rainbow, and that was just so beautiful against like a super smoky, cloudy sky. So it was really beautiful, not only to see those moments, but then to try to engage with those moments in ways that I could really experience them in the moment. And now that I could, another day, when maybe emotions get a little bit hard to handle, that I could take some deep breaths and I could recall those memories in the vividness of them, and help those beautiful memories to help to calm my parasympathetic system as well. So exercise was great today, and the reward for me is the hope that we have, that we can be curious, that I can be curious, and that I can use curiosity as a tool of empathy for myself and as a tool of empathy in my relationships. That I'm so bad at it right now. Like when the kids are freaking out, it is not my first instinct to think, oh, what's happening in their hearts right now? What's troubling them? That's not my first. Is stop the bad behavior. Stop the behavior that is hurting yourself or hurting your sister or hurting me. Just stop the bad behavior. And of course, restraint is required, but I want to cultivate a heart that sees beyond that, and that sees that is able. I want that to be my superpower. I want to be able to see beyond someone's behavior to what's happening in their heart, and to be able to meet them in that place. I really strongly desire that. So I hope you are having a great day. If you're not, we are here from you. I get it. I know what hard days are like, and I just really want to encourage you that there are new mercies tomorrow. Keep at it, and that it really is worth it to work towards being a nourisher, rather than to be all caught up in the patterns of disordered eating. And I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye for now.